What's good, people of God? Setsa M here. I know I'm probably late with this one, but welcome to 2025. I hope that the year is being good and kind to you. I have a short message today that I'd like to title Trust God's Plan for Your Life in 2025. This video is for someone who might have had a bad 2024 and maybe someone who's also had a bad start to 2025. But I just want to say, trust God's plan for your life in 2025. May I bring it to you today that there's a God who has a plan for you. I know many of us have our vision boards out there. Some of us have written in our diaries all the plans, our visions, our dreams for the year 2025. But I want you to know that God also has a plan for you in 2025. And if you are going to be able to succeed this year and make it, you're going to have to trust the plan that God has for you. The plan that God has for you might not go with the plan that you have for yourself. There might be a clash between the plan that you have and the plan that God has for you. But according to Jeremiah chapter 29 verse 11, God has good plans for us. God has good perfect plans for us. They are not plans for distractions. They are not plans for pain or rejection or whatever, but they are good plans and plans to prosper us. So knowing that God our Father has good plans for us, gives us the confidence that we need to trust His plan for our lives. So many of us had plans in 2025, the ones that we set for ourselves, and they didn't go quite as planned. Now in 2025, I need you to trust the plan that God has for you. Trusting God's plan for your life means surrendering the plans that you've set for yourself. It means letting go and giving God the control over all your affairs. Not part of your affairs, but all of your affairs. If God is going to have to prosper you this year, you're going to have to give Him all. You're going to have to let go and give Him all the reins pertaining you and everything that concerns you. I know that sometimes things seems uncertain and challenging, but even in the midst of those challenges, you're going to have to trust the plan that God has for you. You're going to have faith, be patient, and be willing to follow God's guidance in 2025. Remember what Jeremiah chapter 29 verse here. God says, I know them. God is sure about the plans that He has for you. God is not confused about the plans that He has for you. He knows the plans that He has for you. Now, I'm going to need you to do about 4 to 5 things this year if we're going to be trusting God's plan for our lives in 2025. Number 1, acknowledge His sovereignty. Acknowledge that He's God over you and your affairs. Acknowledge that He is Lord over you and your affairs. Acknowledge that He is King over you and your affairs. Number 2, seek Him at all times. Seek the Lord at all times. Number 3, this one is very, very important. You need to let go of your fears and your anxieties towards the year 2025. Let go of your fears towards what the year has to offer you. Let go and trust God. Number 4, this one is also important. You're going to need to be patient. Now, I need us to understand that our timing and God's timing are not the same. God is not in a hurry, but we are. God doesn't live in time, but time lives in God, which means God controls time. And our time and God's time are not the same. So you are going to have to be patient, even when it seems like you are not going anywhere, even when it seems like there's nothing that's happening or there's no progress in your life. But trust that God has good plans for you. And lastly, remember at all times, even in challenging times, remember that God is always faithful. We serve a faithful God. Remember that God every single day. I'm going to need you to remember that God is a faithful God, and He's not going to leave you and He's not going to forsake you. Trust God's plan for 2025 and things are going to go well for you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.